Hardaway on the floor in the lane. Sally knocked it away. Anderson reclaims, missed the shot. Hardaway the rebound, and there's his first NBA bucket.
And a delay of game for the Magic as Hardaway with the reaction after that knocked the ball away.
They go at Cycli and O'Neal. They love Shaq's pickup number 2. Cycli rejected Hardaway. Oh, where'd he come from? Skiles bullet feed Kristoviak, and there's his first Magic hoop. One-on-one. Flop, no call. Cycli will dunk. Well, they're going to let him play, it looks like.
Not trying to do anything fancy there. He's just giving it up very quickly.
Penny, toe on the stripe, hits the outside jumper. Call, the Magic get the ball, still leading by 2. 14 fouls for the Heat, only 2 for the Magic. Penny, turnaround, bank shot is good. Shaq is back, and Dennis Scott into the game, and Geiger overplayed, and Shaq slams it in his face.
Bernal Cole.
Bullet past Dennis Scott. He's wide open for 3. He won't miss many of those. Dennis Scott. Burton on the floor. Shaq deflects that. Oh, monster block. Challenging again is Coles. That won't go. Cycli in the lane. Will dunk. Had the T, right?
I had the T, right?
Cycli found the open man.
That's like the way the Magic to this point have gotten back defensively. Just great conversion. Now, the Heat get a basket there, but they use a lot going to go. And the Magic need to just take it easy here.
Oh, Hardaway, touch pass Anderson. Layup, good!
Good job. Good job. Good heads-up play.
Hardaway looks down low to the big fella. He catches, he turns, he hits, and the foul on Cycli, number 5.
And you hate to keep pointing out one particular guy, but the pass in from Hardaway here has to be on the right side of Shaquille. You can't give it to the other side.
Skiles finds a seam, finds Shaq, puts it on the floor, and deposits. Geiger slow getting up. He may have gotten popped in the face.
Talking trash rule is now in effect.
Up high. 3:50 left. Ahead to Hardaway. Does the Jerry Rice and dunks.
And I'm really surprised they didn't call the technical for hanging on the rim. A lot of the other younger centers in the league, he really gets up to play certain guys.
Hardaway, no look dish to O'Neal. Oh my.
Looks at the basket, and instead of thinking he can make the shot, he's thinking there's no way.
Oh, Hardaway just blows by.
Oh. Oh. From the rookie here as he gets all on the baseline here, he gives a nice fake, and you just see the defense back off, and well, from any angle that looks good.
Hardaway turns the corner, beats 1, beats 2, challenges 2, Penny hammers it home. Oh baby, 11 points for Penny.
Boy, it's such a luxury when you can take a guy 6'8", put him at the point guard spot. He has the quickness.
Let you down. So make it a Bud Light. Maybe I will. Okay, I'm sure you will. Biggest lead of the night for the Nets. Question is when. Gets that extra oomph coming to the hoop. Here's Hardaway with a pretty good oomph himself. The second net lead is down to 7. And it could be 5 here. Good steal by Hardaway.
Orlando's had a problem with this year, some careless passing and some turnovers, specifically at home, where they're trying to make the big play rather than the easy play.
Absolutely. They're averaging 17.4 turnovers, game of 3 by Scott Skiles. Rebound is cleared by Anfernee, Hardaway, and Penny able to put it back up. Avery Johnson all the way to the hole and challenged O'Neal. Jeff Turner with the rebound, and he is fouled. And it looks like Weber is down. He's had problems with a knee and with an ankle, along with an appendectomy, and this is not good for Golden State.
You know what? He jammed his foot. I was watching him the whole way. He went for the offensive rebound, and he came down and jammed his foot. And we'll have to see. He looks like he's in real pain. It didn't look like he twisted his ankle as much as he jammed it. Let's take a look now. It's his, I think it's his left foot. Right? Oh, I guess it's his.
Did he come down on
Maybe
Turner's
he
foot?
rolled it over, but he looks like he's in real pain. We'll have to see whether he can continue on tonight.
This line it goes again to Shaquille. He is double, triple team. Ball batted away. Look at O'Neal go after the ball. Eventually coming up with his Billy Owens. Owens 3 on 1 and gives it to Weber. And I think Weber has recovered from that scary moment a while ago.
See, I think you have to be very careful to lead perimeter shooters. There's no reason that anybody has to be double teamed down there. As you see the front by Chris Webber. No weak side help.
Sprewell into Owens. Owens working very hard off the ball.
So they leave Sprewell. He already has 2 threes. Now you run at him and he takes the ball past you for the layup. So it's what happens now when you establish yourself by shooting the outside shot. Guys run at you. Now you can take the ball past them on the drive.
Hear the crowd there. People getting tangled up. And now Gatling goes after Greg Kite. And wrestles him down. I think Kite hit his head on a camera. But what brought that all about, Doug, is at the other end. They were tangled up. Kite and Chris Gatling, and then Gatling down the other end commits a foul, and the crowd not very happy right now. Turner starting because Larry Kostoyak is out with a stress reaction to his foot, followed by Hardaway. Doesn't get either one of them. Here comes Owens out, a 3-on-2 to Gatling, and Gatling, out of control, and he hits hard as he collides with Nick Anderson.
Here's the play. Billy Owens is going to drop the ball off. Oh, wow.
Man.
Oh, wow.
Just no break on the fall at all. Well, we're going to take a break here, and we've had a lot of bodies falling and hitting hard. We'll be back in a moment. 60-56 account, a 4-point lead now for Golden State. They've led by as many as 16. Hardaway on a nice pass. He has 9 points in the ball game. Owens with 12, 14 for Sprewell. Anderson backing in. Now he's trying to take over the offense with Shaquille out of there. Beautiful pass to Hardaway. Anderson in the first half was relatively quiet as he had 6 points. Now has a total of 13. Skiles with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Tipped up by Hardaway.
Skiles really struggling with his shooting. Well, that's what Hustle will do. Anthony Bowie, Donald Royal, the guys that helped turn the game around in the second quarter. And here's Bowie.
Jennings missing a 3. No look pass on Hardaway, and all of a sudden a little spurt. So Demps is in. He is number 20. Golden State now had only 1 turnover in the first half. They've had 9 since. And Hardaway from outside.
See those layups? He was 3 for 9 in the first half. Couldn't get a jumper to go. He had 5 layups in the second half. His only outside shot is a pull-up 3. That's why you cannot let players who are struggling from the perimeter get easy scores.
Avery Johnson kicks it out to Sprewell. 9 seconds. That's a tough shot. Saved by Webber. Avery Johnson rolls across the lane. They needed that basket. There it is, backdoor. Sprewell couldn't come up with it. Webber trying to do the backdoor alley-oop to Hardaway. Saves it to Royal. Boy, that's pretty. That is pretty. 108-95. Bushler again, another 3. Webber rips it down and brings it out. Judd will try another one, and he's now 2 of 3.
If I'm coaching against Shaquille, I'm trying to push him away from the basket, never let him reverse me, and try to make him do everything turning away from the basket, or at least making shots and making moves.
To Hardaway. Now with 21 points for the night.
Anderson out in front to Skiles, dribble drive around Peeler, back over to Anderson, 3-pointer on the way, has to have a bounce, didn't get it, slam dunk, Hardaway. The Magic have 7. Lakers had 3 in a row. How can they only still have 3? All right, here's the ball, D-box for 3. 3 takes it over to Christie. Christie shoots a 3-pointer and got it. Good. Bounce in low. Hardaway has got it. Turn in deep, throws it up short. Rebounds off. Christie breaks out of the backcourt. Pass all the way under the Peeler. Slam dunk. You talk about slam dunk. It's a quick finish.
That's the Anthony Peeler dunk of last season.
Yes, sir.
Where he used to just power it through.
That's what we're looking for this year. Haven't seen a lot of it. Lakers are down by just 4 in the third quarter. Chick Hearn with Stu Lance. And the ball out front. 3 by the Skiles. He got it.
Chick, he's shooting wide open. He's shooting wide open threes.
That looks like practice, doesn't it? And it's 61-54. The Lakers fall behind by 7. Bounce pass into Vlade. Vlade out in front to Christie. He fires for 3. He got it. Christie knocks home his second 3 of the game. He's got 19. 71-68. After leading 68-66, the Lakers have given up 5 in a row. The ball is in low to Bowie. Out in front to Christie. Christie dribble drive in deep. Throws it up and throws it in. Boy, is he playing beautifully tonight. Offensively, he's got 27 points. Hardaway is a rookie. Stops for a 3-pointer. That's in and out. Back in again. Hardaway makes his 13th of the year. This season high at 25. O'Neal with a pick. Skiles behind it. He was on a three-point tear. Now Skiles dribbling the ball on a pick and roll. Keeps it. Gives to Hardaway. He's down the middle. He's in deep. He's underneath. He scores. Nice play. Nice play.
He is one smooth rookie.
87-81. I'll say he is. He looks like he's been in the league for 10 years. He'll put on some weight, and it won't slow him down. Pass goes in low, and Edwards has got it. Tony Smith will come in for the Lakers when it's dead. Worthy, three-point country, fires it. No good. Rebound is off. Hardaway gets it at the other end. Gives to Skiles. Skiles throws the ball to Royal. Royal has the ball stolen by the thief. Here we go the other way. 3-on-1. Worthy in the middle gets it. Back to three underneath. He fakes. Puts a man in the popcorn machine. Shoots. Missed the shot. He gets it back and a tap from Worthy. 3-on-1 break. The Lakers didn't score, but Peeler might hit a three right now. There it is. Peeler from three-point land.
In this first quarter, here is Hardaway. Rebounded by Ewing and picked off by Hardaway, who challenges Ewing. Ewing got a piece of it. Hardaway with the rebound and lost it. Hardaway on the recovery goes to the left hand. Oh, he hung in. Very impressive sequence by the rookie they call Penny. Penny Hardaway.
And he keeps coming at you, and Patrick Ewing and the Knicks got a taste of his desire and intensity.
His grandmother gave him the nickname, John. He said at first players made fun of him. Starks for three. Good box out by Royal. Said they're not making fun of him anymore.
Oh, they're enjoying the benefits of his talents now.
And you see it once again. A beautiful spinning fadeaway move by Hardaway. And they triple team O'Neal. That has been the Knicks' strategy tonight, which is a change of philosophy from time to time. They will change up. They usually like to go straight up. What a move by Hardaway. Ewing had it knocked away by O'Neal. Another turnover for Ewing. O'Neal. 9-0 run by Orlando. And the Knicks want to talk it over. Threw in a crowd, and Hardaway comes up with it. His pass deflected. Anfernee. 3-on-1. Nice lead for Oakley, who finishes to give the Knicks a 41-37 lead. Hardaway passed on the three. Anfernee with the steal. He was headed out of bounds, so made the good play just to keep it in play. Now the Knicks take advantage off the turnover. Starks from downtown. Hardaway trying to post up on Starks. Nice pass. It counts. The foul called on Oakley. And goes to the drive. Is rejected by Ewing. Turner gets it back. Hardaway. What a move by Hardaway. Starks. Yes. The Knicks have led by as many as 14. Orlando now down by 1. Here is O'Neal. Rebounded by Hardaway. Oh, he can leap. And the Magic takes a 1-point lead. Pat Riley wants a timeout. 7:58 remaining. Give Gaines the open shot. That was a three-point attempt. Skiles and Hardaway at the guards. Royal up front with Scott and O'Neal, and Shaquille O'Neal has taken charge. The Knicks are down by 3 with just under 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Starks and Anfernee now in the backcourt. Ewing looking for the move. Shot clock at 5. Starks. Three-pointer for John Starks to tie the game at 78. Starks has 27. Hardaway puts the spin move on Blackman and draws the foul. Anfernee Hardaway will go to the line.
This is a wild move by Hardaway. Nice bounce pass by Skiles, but he just beats everybody. And how he extends to that basket is very special.
Anthony Bonner checked back in. The Magic with a 82-79 lead. 6 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Hardaway putting moves on Starks. Skiles with 5 on the 24. The pass picked off by Starks. Here's Starks eluding Hardaway. And the Knicks are within 1.
Unusual play by Skiles, throwing that ball away, hoping his teammate was there.
29 for Starks. Hardaway just went down, trying to lose Starks off the pick, and then shoots. Rebounded by Oakley. The Knicks are back to a conventional front line with Ewing, Oakley, and Bonner. Starks and Anfernee in the backcourt. Starks showing no hesitation. The Knicks 83, the Magic 82, and Starks is on fire. He has 31. Skiles penetrating, setting up O'Neal. And the foul. For Ewing, his third.
Boy, you have to like Skiles as a player. He makes a bad play, comes down court, and makes a sensational play. He beats the speedier Greg Anfernee. I mean, he just got right around Greg and made it real swell for Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, that's pretty. Dick McGuire would like that play.
Yes, he would. Here's Shaquille, line driving it. So he's 4 of 7 from the line. 22 points, 3-point play by Shaq in 85-83. Orlando lead. Good finish here at the Garden. Just under 5 remaining in the fourth. Starks, he made that decision in midair. Ewing draws the double team. Scott, who came on for Royal, comes over. Shot clock at 4. Starks fires for 3. Rebound is batted around and then handled by Hardaway.
This is tough stuff now around the basket at both ends.
That's a three-pointer for Dennis Scott, who has relocated the touch. So an important possession here for the Knicks with 1.5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Game tied at 92. Pick and roll. Ewing from Starks. Beautiful execution.
Right by Shaq, dribbled it off his ankle though, and Hardaway coming back in the other way against Brad Daugherty inside with the left hand and laid it in.
The Cavs are not moving as quickly as they can, Denny.
Hardaway posting Price inside, and that's trouble.
Yeah, just too quick.
And then Hardaway with a steal. Gets the return. Baseline shut off by Daugherty, but a nice feed inside to Anderson and a foul to go along with it.
And Hardaway is the man of the hour.
Price outside for a long screen and nails the 3.
That's right. There was a long screen, but there was one on the baseline that helped him.
And he'll start the fast break. Mills over the shoulder to Terrell Brandon in a crowd, lost it. Then a beautiful block down low, and the Cavs will get another try.
There's a counter right there. There's the reach, and there's the block coming right there. Good play by both teams. Pressure on that Magic's half-court defense. Let's see if it pays off. An offensive rebound.
Chris Mills sets from the outside, and the Cavs worked it all the way around the perimeter.
And that's what usually happens. If you get the offensive rebound and you get it back out.
Well, defended all by his lonesome.
Denny, that should never happen. Oh.
Double team. Free Rollins with the left hand, and the big fella has a deuce.
It was slow developing, but yeah, the guy's 38 years old. What do you expect?
I'm going to tell him you said that.
But a nice two-man game.
Price down the gut to Bobby Phil's looking to dunk it, and he did.
The penetration by Price was the key. That was the key.
The Hardaway. With the left hand, got it to drop. And a personal foul on Gerald Wilkins. There, Wilkins with a rebound, and he is off in a hurry. Finds Larry Nance for the lay-in.
Transition baskets.
Gerald Wilkins passed up the long jumper, fall away. Oh, how did he get that shot off?
I don't know how he did it, but he's been doing it all season. Step back.
There's a mismatch with Hardaway and Nance. Mark Price just packed up and shot it over a fellow Georgia Tech alone.
You can get what you want against this team if you're patient and aggressive.
Way outside, 3 right back at you the other direction. Now Orlando is back to within 5 with 2:24 left in this one.
Good shot.
Anfernee lays it in, foul to go along with it, and this could be a 2-point basketball game.
This is what you can't coach. Players have to feel this, Denny. They have to pull the trigger.
2-point try for Anfernee, who has tied this one up at 103.
Logical thing.
13-0 run. Price outside for 3, and he nailed it.
That's all you have to do. Pull the trigger. You can't score if you don't take the shots when they're given.
They will not switch. Orlando will not switch out. So Hardaway must get up and force Starks to dribble the basketball.
Hardaway working on Starks. Penny Hardaway gets in the books. The Magic lead is 4, about 6.5 left in the first. Hardaway on Blackman.
Nice move.
Inside, got it to go.
Beautiful jump stop.
And Ewing rejects it, his second block of the ball game, right back into the hands of Avent to Hardaway for 2 with the left hand.
Yeah, they must stay alive because Patrick is coming double teaming. They are 24th in the league. They shoot 68%.
And they're at 50% now. O'Neal to Hardaway. Oakley lets him have it. 7th tie of the ball game.
5 on the offensive side. Nick Anderson has got to get into his chest. See, they're not smooth right now.
No, and they were in that first half. Hardaway for 3. He's got it.
If he could gather his balance.
This is when Orlando's offense stalls. Well, Hardaway proves me wrong. Drains his second 3 of the ball game. 7 of the last 8 games now. Patrick has scored 30 or better as he's reached the 30 mark again. Nice look. Hardaway! Chuck Teal!
Everything is rattling right now. Take your time.
Anderson pulls the trigger for a 3. Avent had a shot at it, and he made the save.
Oh, great pass!
Hardaway!
Oh, baby!
Oh, my!
That's what he does so well. He has great eyes, great court vision, and then the hands to deliver the pass.
What a move, Shaq. Can't get it to go. Loose ball, Hardaway.
Nice.
What a pass again, but he draws the foul.
Oh, big fella. Big fella's upset. And he should be. Because Penny Hardaway just made a spectacular pass. Because as he gets down in here, just watch the hustle here. We're going to show it to you. Hardaway's going to come. Now, there's the shot, the initial miss.
The tie doesn't get it. Rebound Orlando. They win the ball game.
Y por supuesto el partido de hoy nos ofrece la categoría excepcional de ese hombre que acaba de lanzar triples, de jugadores de clase. Falta todavía por salir a la cancha nada más y nada menos, por ejemplo, que Ricky Pierce o Sam Perkins. Mientras que ahí vemos cómo ha culminado esa acción Anfernee Hardaway. Estamos viendo repetido este mate. Balón para Penny Hardaway. Repito, quédense con la imagen de este hombre que ahora tiene el balón, porque muy posiblemente en los próximos 2-3 años, si no tiene ninguna lesión grave, cosa que no esperamos, ahí lo tienen ustedes, de los Sonics. 33 puntos lleva ya conseguidos Orlando en el primer cuarto. Nate McMillan. Ya está la bola en posesión de Penny Hardaway. El pase en esta ocasión errático. 25 segundos. Hardaway, que tuvo un comienzo de temporada un tanto dubitativo, lógicamente intentando adaptarse al juego de los profesionales, se ha convertido ya en el líder indiscutible de este equipo. También hay que decir que a principio de temporada Hardaway jugaba de 2, de escolta, mientras que Scott Skiles ocupaba el puesto de base para no sobrecargar a este muchacho con mucha responsabilidad. Y por fin, uno de esos tiros raros de 3 puntos que tan buen resultado le dan a Sam Perkins. Hardaway lanza ese último tiro que no ha entrado y termina un apabullante primer cuarto. Y ya está el balón en juego. Anderson le pide el balón Shaquille, que recibe 2 para marcarle. moviendo bien el balón el equipo de Orlando. Penny Hardaway.
Mismatches galore in the early part of this game off of transition with the shot clock. And Pippen, beautiful drop. Yes. Smile. Wow. Had two easy opportunities. When you play a team like the Bulls, you must take advantage of easy shots.
The Bulls a game and a half behind Atlanta in the Central Division. Penny Hardaway, tough inside. Hardaway against Myers. Matched up.
Nice.
Look at the pass to Royal.
He's so fluid.
Good open floor player.
Nice spot.
And good pass from Kerr to B.J. Armstrong. Left it short. Horace Grant, 2 offensive rebounds involved in that basket.
Well, you see that you've got to get in and help because the Bulls are one of the best offensive rebound teams.
4 offensive rebounds.
2 points lower than a year ago.
Hardaway on the drive. Goes to the left hand. Smooth. Penny Hardaway.
I thought you said he's spraying
for Orlando. 5 rebounds for Shaquille.
Post the big man.
What a pass and catch by Hardaway.
With the ball, will give the ball to O'Neal to continue to keep him rebounding and understanding that he will be appreciated if he runs the great all-star point guard for many years. But just gradually bring him into that.
Myers steps in for the pull-up. Nice play.
Now, Pete's doing a nice job.
Tough time inbounding the ball. Shaquille out to Hardaway for 3. From long range. That was 27 feet away. 10 to shoot for Chicago. Hardaway trying to defense Pippen. Pull up for 13.
Any screen and roll by to get a wide open shot. That will.
Shaquille's jump hook off the glass. It's a sweet move.
It is. It's a
more bricks thrown up at that end of the floor tonight.
Oh, nice.
Grant to Pippen.
Beautiful pass by Horace Grant. But you cannot let them do it. You've got to work past. Oh, boy.
There's Shaquille reaching for the big pass instead of what might have been a smarter pass. And Pippen gets the lay-in on the other end. Bulls on the run. They have the numbers.
But it was there.
Jam from Pete Myers.
That's the way to take it home, Pete. Well, they're 68. They're 24th in the league. Look at this.
Donald Royal, nice baseline move for Donald. He has 14
to the basket.
Hardaway looking for the shot, not finding it, but he finds Shaquille. He is deadly from that spot.
Hot hand. You've got to get out and slam because he's very brazen and he'll put it right in your face.
Hardaway, Skiles, Anderson gets the lay-in.
Smart move. Point score this evening.
2 of the best in the league. Shaquille with a slam from Hardaway. That was for steal.
The start of things, a minute and a half gone by. That alley-oop was off the mark. Intended for Shaquille O'Neal. The next 2, and the Magic nothing.
And you would expect some stagnant offense by this particular group for the Magic right now. They haven't played together that much, probably not even in practice.
Anfernee passed on the shot. They get it back to Stark. 3-point shot went in and out. Orlando 0 for 4 here at the start. And the ball deflected out by the Knicks. Anderson had trouble finding someone. Not doing it off the dribble against Oakley and is able to score. Beautiful move by Dennis Scott. Here's O'Neal. Rebound Oakley. Starks has fallen down and could handle the pass, so Hardaway did. The miscue hurting the Knicks. Lead 7-4. Ewing. You get the idea that Shaquille is not able to defend when Ewing goes outside as effectively as Brian Hill would like.
Well, he's just not going to go out early in the ballgame unless Patrick really gets it going. And we've seen him block some of Patrick's shots, some of that 16 range at very key times down the stretch of ballgames. But early in the game, Patrick will get whatever he wants.
That's a force blocked by Anfernee, stopping Hardaway. Oakley with the save, even on the steal, and another opportunistic move by the Magic off a Knick turnover. The Knicks call for time. Hardaway got the step. Ewing with the rebound. Here's Oakley on the open floor with Starks. Returns to Oakley, and he's fouled. Hammered by Avant. Hardaway.
An outstanding defensive job on Shaquille O'Neal, pushing him out further than he likes to do. And of course, the double team's been very effective.
Hardaway hits from downtown. And the Knicks now lead by 6.
But that's the shot that's there when Shaq gets rid of the ball quickly when that double team comes.
Hopper has picked up his offense recently. That is until the game the other night in Atlanta, and Hardaway is fouled. Royal gets down court in a hurry. Now a Royal player who gets to the foul line frequently.
Yeah, he's got that tremendous first step, whether it be in the open floor going to the basket, and he just puts his head down and loves to draw contact. In the half court, he's so quick.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Hardaway gets the roll. 1 second remaining in the quarter. And here's Hopper from midcourt. After one, here at the Garden, it's the New York Knicks 21 and the Orlando Magic 17.
He's got to step back, relax, and let it fly.
So he is 2 for 4 from the line. You also notice he is so anxious to get the release. Does not take much time at the line. And O'Neal comes over to block Starks. 4 rejections for Shaquille. Here is Scott. Yes. Getting good news on Hubert Davis out with a broken right hand, closing in on making his return. There's only a small cast on right now, and they're hoping that they'll be back following the All-Star break. That's a 3-point attempt. Dennis Scott. Knicks with 4 team fouls, and we're early third quarter. Hardaway swinging it. Yes, it counts. What a shot by Anfernee Hardaway. O'Neal set a pick, and Ewing jumped out on a switch and able to hustle back. Hardaway. Oh! Avant. Well, the Anfernee Penny Hardaway show has begun. A little bit late. Did not start until the third quarter.
He usually gets about 2 or 3 of those a night. That's just a gorgeous pass inside to Avant.
Orlando leads by 4. Anfernee hits the 3. Orlando's missed its last 6 shots. Hardaway on a steal. Shovels it. That's called serving one up by Anfernee Hardaway.
Right there. Beautiful pass. And once again, Shaquille O'Neal, after he dumped that ball, just shoved it right into the belly of Greg Anthony.
The Knicks 63. The Magic 62. 50 seconds to go, third quarter. Drop step move by Ewing. Very friendly rim for Patrick Ewing.
And against all kinds of pressure, Shaquille O'Neal with his hands straight up. Anfernee Hardaway body from behind.
The Knicks are holding for a final shot of the quarter. Anthony accelerates, sets up Oakley. The Knicks 67, the Magic 62. 7 9 10 seconds to go in the third. Anderson across midcourt. Anderson looks to go all the way. Tried the reverse. Starks for the last second shot. Well, the Knicks turning it up in the third. Hearing it from the crowd, Anfernee Hardaway building his point totals. 12 points as we head to the fourth. O'Neal spinning his way. Rebound Oakley. 19 rebounds for Charles Oakley. There's Starks for 3. Yes. The Knicks 82. The Magic 73. And Orlando will talk it over. Hardaway, that's a forced shot off a double team. He tried to pop it up.
Thought he got fouled on the play.
No call made, although Hardaway did argue. Here's Ewing. Yes.
Situations. Again, I think he was thinking he may get a call here, but Patrick Ewing on a terrific defensive play as he releases himself from Shaquille O'Neal to step up and take that shot.
Knicks lead
by 12. Ewing off the fake. Oh, what a move by Patrick Ewing. Well, the Magic facing their 3rd straight loss, and a defeat here would make it 4 of the last 5. Charles Smith handling the ball well. Charles Smith for Patrick Ewing. Oh, what a play by Smith.
O'Neal motivated, you can be sure. He smiled about how funny he thought the All-Star game was, but he is motivated, but it was a maturing process. This is Hardaway, clear to the hole. Bogues trying to set up. Hawkins couldn't connect. This is Nick Anderson making it 4-0 Orlando. Bogues left open. Couldn't hit the layup. Gets it back on the rebound to Conlon. This is a shot he has to make. Jack O'Neal spends that on his telephone each month. Hardaway misses. Kept alive for a moment by Rollins, and then Conlon sets up Bogues. Bogues streaking in and has it knocked away by Avent. Looking for Hersey Hawkins. And Hawkins, a great shooter, gives the lead to the Hornets for the first time. 4 for him. Just under 7 minutes left the opening quarter here in a very quiet Orlando arena.
Dennis Scott as a starter has been very effective, but they have yet to get him a shot as they've just been trying to push the ball inside.
Bukowski knocked it away for a moment. Anderson partially deflected by Wingate. Here comes Muggsy.
I'm not sure if you're Hersey Hawkins, you give up the ball to Marty Conlon when they're looking for you to be the big story at the offensive end, but Conlon got it going.
12-8, 6 points for Conlon.
They're impatient back here now. They've won 6 in a row, and they're telling this team to play some ball. They didn't say that when Hardaway dunked. They didn't say that when they got that layup. But O'Neal goes out, and they slow down.
Well, I think the crowd has the life taken out with the injury to Shaq, as they're all wondering just how bad that might be. Foul on the rebound. And with it, we'll have our first timeout. 5:53 remaining. Inside to Bukowski. Over 3 Rollins, and this is a 12-2 run.
This is his favorite, catch it and throw it down.
You able to do that much, Snapper, in your days in the ABA? Did you get many of those?
Now catch it and throw it down. You don't catch it and throw it down from deep out on the floor.
You didn't like all that presence. You like to be out there with Z solo.
That's my shot right there, Dale Curry. You're supposed to catch the ball.
Well, I did. I got the catch, and he wouldn't let me shoot. He was too tight on me. Hardaway over Bogues. Nick Anderson the other way for the Magic. Hardaway! That's what that big 6'7" guard can do for you. He runs the court and can play inside sometimes the way Magic did for the Lakers. Bennett from the corner, and he's 3 for 3 from the floor. He gave him some quick points in the first half. Turner.
That's Turner's spot right there.
3 seconds now on the clock, and so the defense of Orlando forcing Charlotte into a tough position. Conlon hits from outside. Oh my, Marty Conlon has 11.
So who is this Marty Conlon guy, Dick?
Yeah, from Providence, White Plains, New York native, not drafted. CBA player.
He started with the Sonics and went down to the Kings and has finally gotten a chance to Hawkins looking for a score right in here.
Without Shaq, he's able to fight for the rebound, but taken away by Hardaway. Plenty of time for the Magic to get a shot. Great pass to Krystkowiak.
You take away Conlon's scoring contribution, you get a huge hole on the scoreboard for them. And Kenny Gaddison, who was not expected to play, has been playing like a player who struggled.
Hardaway spinning away from Bogues.
Ellis with Avent watching him. Mutombo from the outside trying to pull Shaquille O'Neal away. And there's Hardaway. He just does about everything on the floor. Now going coast to coast. Restricted by Mutombo.
Now he talked about Anfernee Hardaway.
Minnesota comes to town. Alfonso Ellis trying to get started. He's isolated against Avent. And he gets his own room.
Defonso inbounded. Nuggets looking to get back to that 500 mark. This is for three.
Wow. Just when you think his range is just inside three-point range, he takes a couple of steps beyond and knocks one down.
Magic scored the first 4 points. The Nuggets have streaked back for the last 7. So in it goes to Shaquille O'Neal. Tries a spin move. But the Nuggets come off with it on the fast break. Smith runs in to Anderson and the steal. Now it's O'Neal again, who's getting a little frustrated. It has taken him 4 minutes and 20 seconds to score his first basket. The double team. Now it's Hardaway weaving his way through at 6'7". Hardaway takes it in now on Robert Pack and goes up and over him. 1 of 8 from the field. Nuggets holding on to a 1-point lead. Would you believe there's a minute 38 to go and the score is 14-13?
Yeah, both teams have really been content to walk the ball up the court and get involved in a half-court game. And both usually like to run.
Rodney Rogers gets the step. And he has certainly come out of his early cocoon. The rookie setting up some big numbers of late. Royal way off base, but Shaquille O'Neal may have gotten away with a little push and deposits it. Hardaway with the wheel and delivers and is fouled. 6 straight points for the Magic. Scott and Anderson whip it around. Again, they work to Hardaway over the smaller switch. O'Neal is on the bench, and now Hardaway is the man the Magic are going to. He makes the steal, and he'll also get the assist. And Dan Issel is sent off. He has to call a 20-second timeout. The Nuggets back in business. Robert Pack gets in the way of Nick Anderson. Hardaway all the way, and he blasts off and gets right into the face of Mutombo. The Shaq now 5 of 16 from the floor. Rogers stepping his way through and delivers the ball to the wrong man. Christovia. There's Hardaway in traffic. He's got it, and he is fouled. Putting the ball between the legs on the move. It's a 4-point lead for the Magic. Robert Pack. Anfernee Hardaway, he takes it all the way in, gets smashed, but still hits the basket. Nuggets doing a great job around the boards. A steal by Pack. He's going!
This is a mismatch for Penny Hardaway, but it's taken away by David Robinson.
Robinson is averaging 3.4 blocks a game. Anderson can't hit. Robinson with a rebound over O'Neal. The Admiral gets the first bucket, 4-2. Hardaway to Shaq for an easy 2. Robinson on the give and go to Vinny Del Negro. It's tied at 15. The pace early going here in San Antonio. Red hot.
The offensive execution has been very clean for both teams to this point. Turnover.
Willie Anderson made the play. Dale Ellis at the other end. Del Negro has it deflected by Hardaway, and Hardaway with a great save to Shaq O'Neal. Look at the big men go. Oh, my.
When O'Neal hasn't had the ball.
Hardaway beats the clock but doesn't connect, and Rodman with a rebound ahead to Reed. Dale Ellis, final seconds. Rodman all alone. Oh, they're going to call that a 2. I guess he had a toe on the line. Looked as if he was outside.
Well, Scott is a jump shooter, and he has gone back to his bread and butter, and it's paid off big time. David Robinson
not there, and Avent can't get the rebound, so Del Negro with a second chance and a third. 9-point lead for Orlando. Del Negro is the third time the charm. Yes, 65-58.
Well, nothing's wrong with Shaq's wrist, Dick, as he was trying to break his fall just now. He actually bruised the palm of his left hand. He's not icing it, he's just flexing it, trying to get ready to get back in the game. Dick?
All right, that's good news for certainly all of Orlando and all the NBA. One of their premier players. Hardaway finally hits. Nick Anderson inside to Avent.
Robinson comes over to help out. Tree Rollins outside.
David Robinson can roam because Tree Rollins is no threat, and he's now out on the perimeter. Hardaway trying to get by.
Blocked by Robinson, his 6th.
Robinson said you're going to have to come with something better than that, Penny.
Del Negro left in the corner. And Vinny Del Negro. Orlando up by as much as 16 here in the 3rd.
This is the pressure that John Lucas wanted earlier in the period, and now they let Hardaway hold up. And in this situation, you shouldn't back up and give ground and let the offensive player come to you.
And Penny Hardaway with a very cold game, but he hits a big one right at the end of the period. 1.3 seconds left. Robinson just turns and throws, and that is the 3rd quarter. Hardaway almost with a steal. Rodman, big smile on his face as he nods. Here we go. It's Robinson! David Robinson and a foul! Look at Rodman! The odd couple, Rodman and Robinson, but it's working in San Antonio.
David Robinson went to his right that time and surprised Krystkowiak, threw it down with 2 hands, and Rodman was there at the finish with the tackle. Maybe it was a hug.
They do like each other. 104-100. Turned over. Sleepy Floyd makes the play. Look at that San Antonio bench. You would have thought they won the NBA title. They came pouring out to tell Sleepy Floyd. And it's Rodman at the end of the game. And San Antonio has now won 16 of their last 17 at home and pull into a tie for the moment with the Houston Rockets in the Midwest.
Dan Barley has been hitting the 3 as of late, gets it inside to Barkley.
And Charles felt there was contact there from Anfernee. And Charles had somewhat of a lackluster performance the other night in Miami. In fact, he was not double-teamed very much, and the Magic do not plan to double him early here.
Barkley only 4 of 12 from the field against the Heat. Hardaway.
Danny Ainge back from injury. Charles Barkley, Cedric Sabalas. He has more people to distribute the ball to.
Orlando has come out and hit 7 of 8 from the field. Hardaway, no, he changed his mind and found Avent. He's off to a fast start. He's hit all 4 of his shots for 8 points. Hardaway trying to feed O'Neal. Sabalos on the intercept. Gets it to Johnson.
Penny Hardaway getting penetration there. Got a little too fancy with the pass. I don't know if Shaq would have been able to catch it anyway, but the Phoenix Suns getting their first fast break of the ballgame. Of course, that's the way they want to play. They want to get out and run as much as possible, make or miss. Something they have not been able to do recently. Hardaway getting inside, making it look very easy. Cedric Sabalos with the 28-point game the other night while Barkley struggled for Charles. That is his 2nd field goal. And the Magic now leads 18-16. Shaquille O'Neal. Suns in the midst of a long road trip. This is game 4 of a 6-game journey. Their longest road trip of the season. 6 games, 11 days. Line with the rebound. Johnson for Barkley. Barkley gets inside. Kevin Johnson. Rebounded by Shaquille. Orlando 27 and Phoenix 22. Orlando opening up on fire, hit 8 of their first 9, led by this man with the ball who finally misses a shot, and that rimmed the basket. It was halfway out. He really feels it today. Krystkowiak with that steal. What a move by Hardaway. Could not finish. Back comes Johnson. 3 on 2 for the Suns. Pretty pass, Sabalos. Charles Barkley back, trying to back his way on Krystkowiak, and does. Just as the double team got there, and Charles spent a lot of time on the bench, and I did notice when I finally found him at the end there, he did have an ice bag on his knee, so he is still bothered by that sore knee, no question, but you'd have an ice bag on there anyway.
West with the rejection of Hardaway.
When the Suns get into the problems in the half court, it's sometimes because Charles holds that ball too long, but he is bound and determined to draw that double team, mainly to throw the ball to somebody else, as Penny Hardaway gets a no-no from Big Mark West.
Anthony Avent has checked back in, replacing Larry Kristoviak. Here's Royal with the step. The Suns now lead by 1.
Another example of the Suns trying to run from a made field goal. Charles trying to hit Dan Marley on the flag pattern. And I'm not really all that upset that that didn't click. You'd like to keep the defense honest that way.
Oh, beautiful move by Hardaway. Exploding off the dribble. Orlando 48, Phoenix 45. And Paul Westphal wants to talk it over. Run by the Magic. The crossover move by Hardaway, whipping around Ceballos.
Penny Hardaway has such a quick first step on the crossover move. A lot of guys can only do that from the standstill. Penny Hardaway just has that knack.
In the first half, Johnson penetrates. Oh, what a move by Kevin Johnson. Just under 1 minute to go. In the first half, it's Orlando 50 and Phoenix 49. Kevin Johnson with a 360, and he's tied up. He tried to spin, and he was tied up.
And I think the reason he tried to spin is he ran into Shaquille O'Neal, gets a piece of this basketball, a little piece of the arm as well, and that'll spin you around like a top in a hurry. But that quick first step of Kevin Johnson getting by Hardaway, Shaq in there got away with one.
So they will jump it up. Johnson a little anxious.
He's going to go for it.
Yes, Green able to make the play on the ricochet. The Suns got a break.
And that's why you never concede anything. I hate it when players step out of that spot and don't even jump. Kevin Johnson challenged the 7'1" and it forced Shaq to tap too hard, and Green gets the easy one.
Suns by 1. Hardaway.
Here's Weber. Rare shot from the outside and nothing but net. But he's starting again tonight.
Warriors a little rat trap. Now O'Neal, look at that power.
3 from Mullen. Nice rebound by Weber. With the explosion. Owens with Anderson. Right through the hands of Sprewell. And O'Neal is cherry cooking.
Jeff Turner for not coming to practice and working on free throws. So they were saying he's really not working as hard as he should.
And Jim, Chris Webber for the second time tonight strokes it from deep. Another turnover. Hardaway, look out for Sprewell, and he loses Spree.
Smart play, just lets the defender run by.
Sprewell! What a zig and a zag! Houston, way outside, bringing Shaquille O'Neal out too. Spree for 3!
I love the decision-making of Anfernee Hardaway.
Oh, what a shot by Hardaway!
Yeah, Nelly's made a lot of adjustments here to start this second half. Weber just gets pushed away by O'Neal.
Stumbling past O'Neal, and he hits again from the outside. What's that, his third outside?
Third outside shot from 20 feet or beyond. You just can't pick up any ticky-tack fouls. Once in a while, you have to say, a guy's going to beat me. I'm not going to reach in and pick up a foul. Let him go. He just did that same thing right there.
And it goes.
That's exactly what Weber did.
Weber with authority. Trying to give the Warriors a wake-up call. And you can chalk some of that up to the defense of Orlando. Hardaway with the jam in the face of Gatling. Hardaway liked that one.
Hardaway, a moment ago, drops it back. Or excuse me, Hardaway picks it up on the drop-back pass. And yes, he did like that.
92-81, 8 seconds to go in the third. Here's Avent, blocked by Weber. Taken out of there by Owens. Checks the clock. 3 seconds down to Sprewell. Oh, what a pass, and it counts. Mullen at the buzzer. This was that shot that everybody reveled in. Watch this.
Second period, just turns the corner. He beats Billy Owens, Byron Houston, in the backboard. That's your Nestle sweet move of the game.
Johnson battling with Scott, but Scott wins it. Now Anderson down to Shaquille O'Neal with the finish.
32, Shaquille O'Neal.
O'Neal with the jump hook, boxing out nicely was Weber. Flying over O'Neal, look away to Billy Owens. O'Neal goes down on Weber. 7'1", 300 pounds. Owens has it. Sprewell, back to Weber. Here's some action with Latrell Sprewell leading the way.
Just gets his steps together, takes away Scott.
Sprewell digs in on Anderson.
Easy.
Well, he get the big step there.
Weber's got number 4. Actually, he's done pretty well.
In the 4th, here's Sprewell posting up against Anderson. And the reach-in foul. Nick Anderson, the outlet down to Johnson. Avery Johnson to Weber. The finger all goes. Oh, they're going to wipe it out. Offensive foul. Offensive foul on Weber, his 5th. And now listen to this crowd.
The hoop.
Boy, one fan in the face of Ken Maurer. Here's Hardaway.
Weber had to let him go.
Exactly 5 minutes to go in the 4th. Sprewell. And it counts. A chance for 3. 5 bounces it into Latrell Sprewell with Anderson. Sprewell trying to take over here, and he gets it to go again. Double team Hardaway with Mullen. Back to Shaquille O'Neal, the leader. You talk about an explosive move, plus the foul. Down by 10, 4 minutes remaining. A cutting Sprewell going for the dunk, and he's fouled by O'Neal. Time really becoming a factor now. Stolen by Weber. He anticipated that pass by O'Neal. Now it goes to Johnson. One hands it up. Too strong. Whacked away by Scott. Recovered by Johnson. He'll stop and pop. Here's Sprewell. He'll wait. Stutter steps past Scott. Over to Weber. Weber puts it up and in. Plus the foul.
Gets control. Sprewell, great hesitation and explode. Watch Weber. And O'Neal fouls him. And using the glass, using the rim.
1:40 to go. Oh, what a pass. Mullen and the foul on Anderson as he sends Weber flying. Shot clock. Here's Sprewell, rejected. Sprewell out to Johnson. Here it is. 1-point game.
No fouls. Wouldn't it be great to finish with a 1-point win?
Weber steals the ball, recaptures though, loose ball, it's Johnson. Johnson puts it up, it is no good. What a rebound, Owens scored! Owens scored and the Warriors lead. 20 seconds, took up the twister. Here's Turner. Into Scott. Scott with Mullen, makes the move. 8 seconds, puts it up, no! Weber rejects, taken by Owens. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, it's over!
That's the only shot. He's the only center in basketball that, and I'm talking Robert Parrish, is the only center in basketball whose shot Shaquille feels he has no chance of blocking.
I'd like to see Robert Parrish helping tutor O'Neal in Orlando. Wouldn't that be something? And he is just dunking lights out. 6 points for O'Neal, all of them on jams.
Surprise player on the team. He hasn't played at all here in the last 4 or 5 games.
Rick Fox, pretty good. 8:57 left, so Kim and Rodney, congratulations, all the best to you. Hardaway, a nifty feed to O'Neal, and Parrish trying to block it and almost had his arm broken.
Yeah, you're right.
O'Neal way outside the paint, 1:40 left, Boston by 2. Shaq leans in, jump hook, will not go, tap try Raja, ball loose to Hardaway, he's stolen. In the lane over Chief, good!
Yep, Turner.
In double overtime, your final, we'll recap it right after this.
Shot clock at 4. Longley cut off the passing lane. Armstrong able to chase it down. Jay Armstrong. Hardaway with the ball fake. Oh, what a move by Anfernee Hardaway.
Wellington has had a lot of good moments against Shaq, stepping away from the basket with that 15 to 17-foot jumper.
It counts, and the foul. Hardaway with the reverse and was pushed from behind. Foul committed by Wellington.
Well, Pete Myers has checked into the game to give Scottie Pippen a little bit of a breather, and right away he tries to force Penny down to the base.
For that, he's got a thigh contusion, a thigh bruise on that left thigh. They iced it down, but he's going to play through it. Back to you.
Hi, Marianne. Here's Pippen. Oh, nice spin move. He has 21 points. Pippen sets up Armstrong for three. Yes. Orlando 59 and Chicago
Getting against double teams. That time, Nicky Anderson just did not look comfortable letting that one go.
Pippen with a steal. Scottie Pippen second in steals in the NBA. Nice feed from Myers.
Does not want his team taking too many quick shots in their offense because it has resulted in Orlando fast break.
And Luke Longley came up with a steal. Here's Pippen. Hits the three. Myers. Pete Myers got the step. He was greeted in the corner. Grant taking a high number of shots. 6 of 20 from the field. Kukoc had it diagnosed. Here's Kukoc with the setup for Grant. Grant again from the corner. Pressure by the Bulls. Hardaway with no problem at all.
Penny Hardaway not even thinking left going right as far as Grant.
Oh, sure. So it has been a tough adjustment. Hardaway hits his shot. Penny's had a dynamite director. Loves to see Doug West play. Hardaway foul finishes. Michael Williams went for the steal. He is an excellent steal. Hardaway, hard drive, little flipper.
Well, that almost looked too easy. I mean, it almost looked.
Daytona Beach. 7:20 left, 46-32. Hardaway tries to answer Ryder. How close will the Rookie of the Year? Event. Nope, won't go. 1:17 left. Hardaway steals it on the baseline. Lob to O'Neal against Person. No contest. 34, the steal and the stuff. 63-43, the Magic lead by 20, and this is just... That's not like Christian Laettner. He's a better player than he showed in this game. Hardaway over the top.
Connor, pump fake, takes the basket and gets it. With Hardaway flying in his face at the other end.
Oh, man, bad decision.
Bad pass. McKee gets it for the Pacers. Connor back to Smits. This time he can't find the jumper. McKee with the offensive board. That's number 2. And this basket goes. Hardaway finds Don Royal, who's guarded by Sam Mitchell.
Let's start him off the dribble.
Oh, bingo. 41-32 Orlando. Under 5 minutes remaining, first half of play. Krzysztofiak fronting on Smits again.
Doing a great job.
Shot from Mitchell is not there. Anderson tips it to Hardaway. Oh, what a play. Man. What a dandy play. Oh, what a pass. Hardaway to Royal.
Great pass. Terrific catch. High degree of difficulty shot.
Coming from somewhat of a figure skating background, I'll give it a 5/8.
Oh, that was beautiful. Just watch how Penny just puts this one right down on his hand. Great catch by Royal, and then the bump.
And he knocked him out with the artistic impression. Royal for 1. Nope. But it's the largest lead of the game at 11 now. 43-32. 4:25 to go. First half of play. Workman travel.
See, Workman is struggling. He's getting good shots. The ball is not dropping for them, so sometimes you have a tendency maybe to do a little bit too much, especially with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Bert Fleming, of course. Oh, my goodness. Anderson to O'Neal.
They're doing an excellent job in carving up the Indiana defense. They're relying on Indiana to react in a certain way off of penetration. When they do, they are catching them with that next pass.
Lead is 13. Timeout call by Indiana. 45-34. 3:55 to go.
Workman, an 80% foul shooter.
Hardaway. Nice. Yes, it was. Shot not there for O'Neal. Gets the loose ball and then moves some people around.
Give him his due.
Smith again.
Oh, look out long. Look out.
$8:15 to go, third quarter. 59-48. Here's Smits. The double from Hardaway. That leaves Workman open, and they can the shot.
There you go. Haywood has not stopped working. We told you, he's a feisty guy. He's now 3 for 8.
Lead is 9. It's a single-digit lead. Largest lead of the ball game, 17. And off the glass, there's Hardaway posting up.
Well, they want to get him involved. He said that they would post him. He's now 2 for 5. But one thing I like about Hardaway is he doesn't force things. He doesn't force anything.
Workman shot no good. Davis with the rebound. Offensive board. And here's McKee. Nope.
He cannot get on track. He's 2 for 9 right now. Struggling, and he's had wide open shots on that baseline.
Hardaway with McKee. Oh, my goodness. Jerry Bender and Mike Glenn will be out there. Here's Workman. Back to Smits. A little off the mark. Kristoviak with the rebound.
Ah, yes.
Timeout, Indiana.
Well, this is where the Magic takes advantage of Shaq Man's quickness. How about the pass? Right on the money, at least 60 feet. The big fella sends it home for his 7th dunk of the night.
Game 2 here on Saturday. Game 3 in Indianapolis Monday night. Now Workman. Byron Scott comes in. Vern Fleming, Antonio Davis, Dale Davis, Derek McKee, and Byron Scott for the Pacers now. O'Neal gets way off Dale Davis. Fleming blocked by Kristoviak. Good defensive play.
Vern Fleming not at his best because he has the split lip, a few missing teeth as a collision with Shaquille, and also a damaged knee.
Kristoviak. Yes.
There's your block.
Hardaway flying in the face of Workman. And at the other end, here's Penny.
Oh, good.
That's an all-star play at both ends.
He's got the entire package. He gives it to you defensively. He can deliver. He's a three-point threat, and he's going to get nothing but better.
This is a kid who was booed by these fans early in the season. They thought that the Magic should have kept Chris Webber. They don't boo here anymore.
Not only do they have Penny, but they also have 3 first-round draft picks down the line.
Sometimes life ain't fair.
Yeah. Now, Penny's had a solid game tonight. 5 rebounds, 10 assists, and only 3 blocks from the point guard position.
Well, the Magic have been quieted now. They're on a roll. And Hardaway has provided the impetus. It's an 8-0 run led by Penny Hardaway. Timeout, Indiana. Miller for 3. No. 18 rebounds for O'Neal.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed that three by Reggie.
Hardaway, little pick and roll. O'Neal, nope. Nick Anderson can't get it to fall, and it's going to be Indiana's ball.
Right now, you have Shaquille O'Neal and Tree Rollins in there. Rollins just took two guys right behind the backboard and opened up that rebound shot.
Miller, this
there
time they get it.
Reggie Miller. Ah, he's beautiful. Right now, Orlando has 3 timeouts and a 20. Indiana, 2 timeouts and a 20. Both teams are in the penalty situation.
Hardaway. Larry Brown has called for a timeout.
Pacers, timeout.
Pacers have McKee inbounding to Smits, Davis, Workman, and Reggie Miller. That's Anderson on Miller. There's the double from Donald Royal.
Plenty of time, 10 seconds.
Smits, double from Hardaway. And Miller for 3, yes!
In your heart! Oh, my good. He ran that baseline until he got open, Vernon. He wasn't open at least 3 times. That's why he never gives up. He just ran from one side all the way to the other to open up in that corner.
Tied at 86. Donald Royal.
Good defense by Reggie that time.
Royal.
Oh, big fella.
13-3 remaining in regulation. McKee having trouble getting it in. Here's Miller. No.
Got a great look.
Scott.
7 seconds. There it is, wide open.
Scott for 3. Yes!
3 for Byron Scott. Timeout Magic.
How's that for a substitution by Larry Brown? That was a great move that gave them another perimeter guy. Byron Scott, 2 for 2 on 3.
Utah earlier knocked off San Antonio 96-84. Pretty move by Hardaway.
Well, the Pacers were frisky with 17 steals. However, they did not cash in on a lot of them the other night. So far, they've done a good job of getting the baskets on the backside.
Hardaway hits the 3. Game is tied at 13. Orlando's backcourt has connected on 5 of 5 from the field, 3 from downtown. Scott passing on the 3, looping it to Hardaway. Hardaway on the move. There's play by Dale Davis to alter that shot attempt by Penny Hardaway. Now Smits takes advantage of the overplay. Rick Smits with his second field goal. Indiana 15 and Orlando 13.
Smith's doing a terrific job of running the floor both ways. He has to get back with Shaquille O'Neal going the other way because he's being guarded by Kristoviak, and he's beating everybody down the floor going offensively.
Davis able to tip it over to Workman. Nice ball movement, but Smits not able to handle it. He thought he was fouled. And here's Hardaway with the breakaway. Hardaway. Rebound handled by Antonio Davis. Reggie Miller for 3. Reggie Miller making it 7 unanswered points by the Pacers, who now lead 24-15, and Orlando wants to talk it over. Now Nick Anderson and Donald Royal check in, replacing Anthony Bowie. And Dennis Scott. Scott able to get going. Short appearance for Bowie.
Well, actually, Dennis, due for a little bit of a breather here, but you can see Brian Hill is searching for some combination, primarily to start things at the defensive end and try to get some easy baskets.
Here's Workman. Haywood Workman with his first field goal.
The Pacers got that good jumper for Sam Mitchell.
And here's Mitchell off the fake. Well, Sam Mitchell does it inside. Indiana now leads by 10. Sam Mitchell in his 5th year out of Mercer. He came to Indiana from Minnesota in that Chuck Person, Michael Williams, Poole Richardson package deal. 3 minutes have gone by in the second quarter. Orlando having difficulty locating shots. 3 on the 24. Hardaway with a beautiful spin. 16 for Hardaway. He has been the Orlando offense in the first half. Rick Smits not able to hit. Donald Royal on the rebound. Hardaway for 3. Yes.
Boy, is he ever playing with confidence right now?
Shaquille O'Neal, a 55% free throw shooter, contributing to that number. 6-point Magic lead. Biggest lead of the game for Orlando. Miller for 3. Yes. Orlando by 1. And they've missed their last 5 shots. Hardaway with the spin. Hardaway with the bucket. Beautiful move. Hardaway stepped out.
Derek McKee just 2 for 10 in game 1. 1 for 1 in the first half. And the Magic small forwards have just dwarfed the Pacers small forwards statistically.
Here's the double team. Hill pops it out. Hardaway. And a foul committed. Magic 61. Pacers 59. McKee had it knocked away. McKee on the recovery. Workman. And here's Workman giving it up to Miller. Miller off the fake. Reggie Miller again. Shaquille O'Neal in foul trouble with 4. Only 1 of 6 from the floor. 8 of 14 from the line. Has not been able to get into it. Reggie Miller. Hardaway wide open for 3. Yes. Anfernee Hardaway single-handedly keeping the Magic alive. And a timeout called by the Pacers. 25 points for Hardaway. Going up against an Orlando Magic team that won 50 and lost 32. The best season in the history of the franchise. Workman for Antonio Davis. A rare outside shot by Davis. His second field goal, he has 5, and the Pacers lead by 7.
But did you see the defense by Anfernee Hardaway? This guy has played every minute of the game and has been involved seemingly in every play, and he is really digging in defensively.
Shaquille O'Neal with his best offensive move of the day. He has 12, and Indiana leads by 5.
And interesting, they got it by spreading the floor and running the high pick and roll, and let's get a little move and go.
Indiana's hit 7 of its last 8 shots. Just under 3 minutes to go in the third. Here's Workman, rejects it. Shot clock down to 2. It's down to 1. Workman gets it off. Rebound O'Neal. Anfernee Bowie for Anthony Aven, who just checked back in, and he is stopped. Aven trying the post-up move. Here's Miller. Passed on the 3. Derek McKee. Derek McKee line drives it home. That's only his second field goal. He has 7. Indiana 78. Orlando at 71.
Is a quiet offensive player, but he does so many other good things for the Pacers. He's a sound defensive player. He's an unselfish passer at the offensive end.
Hardaway. Aven with the rebound. Shot clock at 5. Shaquille O'Neal showing some signs. Indiana's lead is now 5. And the Pacers take a timeout. This may well be the season on the line here for the Orlando Magic. They do not want to go back to Indiana down 2-0. Shot clock at 4. Here is Workman. Blocked by Hardaway. Hardaway being chased by Dale Davis and fouled. Larry Brown very upset as he saw Hardaway convert on both. And it brings Orlando within 4. Miller unconscious.
Here's Miller on the pull-up. He claims he was fouled. Back comes Hardaway. Hardaway.
Oh, the crossover dribble. Anfernee Hardaway right in the face.
Here's Miller for Antonio Davis. What a move by Antonio Davis.
And Dennis Scott, I think, tried to foul him there, and Antonio just overpowered Dennis Scott on the slam fast break.
Indiana now by 5. Hardaway facing a double team. Hardaway with the spin. Hardaway with the rebound. Hardaway on the follow. They double up on Hardaway. Kristoviak. Shaquille O'Neal lost it.
Good idea that time by the Pacers to go double team Hardaway, get the ball out of his hands. They don't want to see him with the basketball any way, shape, or form.
Miller had a knocked away by Hardaway. Miller on the recovery, finding Dale Davis. Dale Davis, 7 of 8, 14 points. And it's Indiana 99 and Orlando 92 with 2.5 to go in the fourth. Open shot from Kristoviak. They gave him that shot. Handled by Workman. Kristoviak slow in getting up. Apparently all right. Miller rejected by Hardaway. Here's Scott with McKee back. Scott for 3. So Dennis Scott, after having big problems with the shot early, has hit his second from downtown. It keeps the Magic alive. They're down by 4. Indiana calls for time with 2:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. Workman able to work free from Anderson, and it's put home again. Dale Davis was right there. He's 8 for 9. He has had a spectacular game. 16 points for Davis, along with 9 rebounds. Hardaway able to keep it alive off the double team. Anderson for 3. Well, the three-point shot saving the Magic. It has allowed them to hang in. They are down by 3. Indiana 101, Orlando 98, with 1 minute and 20 to go in this fourth quarter. Chant of defense. McKee goes backdoor, gets it up to Antonio Davis, and he hits. Antonio Davis with the spin. 9 points for Antonio Davis. And the Pacers now lead by 5. Hardaway. Rebounded by McKee. Down to 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Indiana in no hurry. Like to kill some time. Miller checked the clock. Shot clock is down to 7. It's down to 4. It's down to 2. And it's a 24-second violation.
Larry Brown is a little bit upset, but rather than take a bad shot in that situation that might start a fast break for Orlando, might as well commit the turnover, and really not that bad a play for the Indiana Pacers.
Orlando taking a timeout. They are down to 1 timeout remaining. Dennis Scott getting it off in a hurry. Dennis Scott with his power straight 3. It brings Orlando within 2, and Larry Brown calls for time.
Screen-to-screener action for the Orlando Magic to get either Nick Anderson in the right corner or Dennis Scott coming off the Shaquille O'Neal screen up here. Let's look at the screen by O'Neal as Reggie Miller doing everything he can to catch up, and Dennis, under intense pressure, nails the three-pointer.
During the regular season, 155 three-pointers made by Dennis Scott, his personal best and a franchise record for the Magic. And Orlando now 11 of 18 from three-point territory, 11 three-pointers representing the most in NBA playoff history. 2-point lead now for the Pacers. 31 seconds remaining in a 20-second timeout taken. Derek McKee could not find anyone. Dennis Scott stepping away on the inbounds by Derek McKee. Hayward Workman guarded by Nick Anderson. 2-point lead for Indiana. Workman checking the clock. Shot clock is down to 10. It's down to 6. Down to 3. Workman has to force it. Was blocked, taken by O'Neal. And Dick Pavetta indicating a 24-second violation. The basket won't count. It's a 24-second violation, which means the ball will go to Orlando.
Really a break for the Pacers there as Workman moved down to the baseline, forced to take that bad shot, and had it not been a violation, Penny Hardaway would have had that breakaway to tie this ball game up. 7.3 left in the fourth period. Very, very close. It looks like it was still showing 1 second as that ball was in the hands of Shaquille O'Neal. And really a bad break for the Orlando Magic as they got that breakaway taken away.
Therefore, Orlando gets it in the backcourt. The Magic will not be pleased when they see that replay on the 24-second violation call. Hardaway down to 3. Hardaway looking for the shot, gets it off the top. The Indiana Pacers have defeated the Orlando Magic 103 to 101. And they take a 2-0 lead in this best of 5 series.
Oh, this is new now. This is new.
There's the steal. Dale Davis. McKee will inbound for Indiana. Miller. Anderson backs in on Miller. Has it taken away by Reggie Miller. Hardaway gets it back. What a defensive gem by Penny Hardaway. There's the triple team on O'Neal.
Nice ball move.
From the corner for 3. Smiths, the double from Hardaway. That leaves Workman open.
Well, that's been the strategy.
Hardaway and Skiles both on the floor now for Orlando. Along with Avent, O'Neal, and Donald Royal has also come in. Skiles to Hardaway. Threw it away.
See, Penny Hardaway is playing and having a magnificent playoff, and there's only one negative to his game. 5 turnovers per game in 1 and 2.
At the other end, here's Workman. 7:50 to go in the first half of play. Indiana up 2-0, and they lead in this game by 5. Smiths battling Avent. Air ball, O'Neal. The possession was given to Orlando, or granted them, and then the steal made by Indiana.
Right now, we call it a single double right here now for Byron Scott.
Takes the shot, too strong. Gets it back, spots up 3. Nope. Hardaway rebound. 39-34. Oh, was it ever?
Beautiful.
Was it ever?
Anfernee Hardaway. Antonio Davis for the foul, his first personal.
Just keep an eye on the head fake and the shoulder fake. The strong move, sends it down, the adjustment of the shot. Now you look at Hardaway right here. He's the only rookie who started all 82 games this season. Now in this playoff, he's averaging 45.5 minutes. You see the points, the assists, and the rebounds. And add to that 2 steals and 2 blocks.
I was struck, Huey, by the concerns of both coaches this morning. We chatted with both. Larry Brown said his biggest concern was that Orlando could come in here and do exactly to the Pacers what they did down in Orlando. They had the ability to win 1 or 2 games here. And Keith Askins of Miami suspended 3 games, fined $15,000. Doug Edwards of Atlanta, 2 games and $10,000. And Grant Long of Miami, 1 game and $10,000 for fighting.
In the NBA, they allow that. Oh, yes.
Was that any good? Not score in the second quarter. Has 9. Smith's turnaround, too strong. O'Neal with another rebound.
Want to bring out the flank. Oh, double quick. Oh, easy goes here.
That jumper is good by Dale Davis. 9:45 to go, quarter number 3. Anderson from Krystkowiak. Back to Hardaway.
Good call. That was a good call. See, that time, the defender was there. Now just keep an eye on this. Now Hardaway goes right down. He's right there, and he's going to take it. Solid call.
Derek McKee takes the charge. 52-50. Time has been called. Here's Miller, 2-on-2.
Nice.
Oh, was it ever?
Just a beautiful head and shoulder fake. And then the big step to his right. Strong move by Reggie.
Lead cut to 2. Last tie in the game was at 46 all. There's another. Oh!
Yes! What a prayer shot! Just watch as he comes underhanded with this one now. You're going to see the move. Here comes the double team. Now, step through and under. Just beautiful. Penny Hardaway, high school player of the year, Parade Magazine, 1990. Player of the year in his conference, 2 straight years. First team All-American, 2 straight years. And what an impact he's had on this franchise.
They booed him early in the season. They don't do so anymore. He's destined for greatness in this league.
Yes, he is. A tremendous talent, right? And the thing you love about him, he plays the other end of the floor. He's getting better and better defensively on the point guards. And at playoff time, they try to shift gears for him and get him up to 35 or 36 minutes. Last year, he neutralized Patrick Ewing in points and rebounding in that New York series, and that's what they're hoping for in this playoff.
And a chance for their first lead since 46-44. Byron Scott, touched by Anderson, Indiana ball. Shaquille O'Neal sat down with foul number 5 with 9:22 to go in the game. Here's Miller. Indiana leads.
Penny Hardaway is trying to do too much. In the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds, Indiana 11-2. I'd like to show you the go-ahead basket on this out-of-bounds play. Watch Reggie run his man off and hit this shot. Just a half a step. That's all he needs because he's right up. Now, unfortunately, Orlando inbounds, and they run it up the side. Penny Hardaway charges right into the chest of Reggie Miller. So not only does Reggie make the big score, he forces Hardaway into his 9th turnover of this game.
Shaquille O'Neal was out for 2 minutes and 24 seconds. 81-80 with 6:40 remaining in the game. Another turnover.
Well, they had the screen and roll. Both guys picked up Nick Anderson. Avant was wide open in the corner, and they went away from him. You know, you've got to take advantage of the big forwards because they've done such a good job for you.
How about Vern Fleming on the court at this time?
Oh, they got him in there because he's smart and he's a scorer. And how about this guy? Does he love the pressure? He makes all the big shots.
Dale Davis, Fleming, McKee, Smits, and Reggie Miller on the floor for the Pacers.
Taking a little while here now. Nice move by Vern. Oh, yes. Penny Hardaway gambles. Vern does a little zip-zap with the ball and right into the lane for the shot.
The lead is 5 with 4:40 to go.
Look for the trailer.